You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Big Brother fans. Well, it has been busy on the BB27 live feeds as Zay has been working hard to win votes, but there is a conspiracy cooking up behind his back with Rachel Reilly and some other ladies in cahoots to get the big target out while it's convenient, and he's sitting on the block. It's Belinda. Thanks for stopping by, and let's dive into it. So, Rachel Reilly is already hard at work playing Big Brother like the winner that she is. And unfortunately, a lot of people are taking note of her master gamesmanship. But I mean, what is she going to do? Not play the game she knows how to play, even though that's a target on her. Rachel knew there was a target on her from the moment she walked in the door. She let Keanu know that Zay was pushing for him to be the renom instead of Kelley. Keanu went up and talked to Vince about it, and he said that Zay wasn't necessarily pushing, but yes, Rachel did push against Keanu being the renom. So half good for her, half bad. What's interesting is that several people have been pretty vocal about wanting Rachel out as a huge threat, and two of them are sitting on the block, Kelley and Zay. So it makes sense for her to be targeting one of them. And a lot of the House sees voting out Kelley as a good thing because the guys want to whittle down the girls' numbers. And voting out Kelley over Zay also means not a lot of blood on their hands because for whatever reason, nobody seems to care if she goes home. Kelley mentioned that she might name drop Rachel in her eviction night speech, and Zay flat out told Rachel he would put her on the block if he wins head of household. So I don't know how smart that was, but it is what it is. Morgan is totally on board with getting Zay out because she thinks he's a big threat, and it's the perfect time because, hello, he's sitting right there pre-jury on the block, and Morgan said no one will even remember or be upset about Zay being booted so early. All valid points. Mickey seems on board with it, but not all of the ladies are down for it. Rachel pointed out that there is a clear alliance of bros forming, and in fact, there's more than one. Zach, Keanu, and Zay are tight. So are Reilly, Keanu, and HOH Vince. Then we've got Will, Reilly, Vince, Zay, and Zach as the Burger Boys. And the Jog Bros are calling themselves Shokesmo. Some play on smoke show, I guess. I'm not a big fan of people calling themselves hot. You know, I think hot is subjective, but obviously they've decided they're hot, so whatever. Ava is actually working with three guys, Adrian, Zach, and Will, so she might not throw in with the girls. And that seems to be the extent of her gameplay, by the way. We're going to talk about that more in a minute. She's not playing that much, really. So even if Rachel and Morgan can get the other girls worked up, I don't think Ava's going to be part of that plan. So Rachel is hyped to target Zay, and she really wants to protect Amy, her mom ally, and Morgan is all about getting Zay out too. She was working her way around the house selling that on the live feeds on Tuesday. So it seems right now, if it's Kelley versus Zay, she will go. And if it's Zay versus Amy, it could be really close. Maybe even a tie, and Vince would probably keep Zay since he knows Amy and Rachel are close. However, if it was a different tie, he might cave. We're going to talk about that. But honestly, what's not helping Amy's game, if she is one of the last two on the block on eviction night, is everybody knows that she's rolling with Rachel, who is a power player. So big strike against her. Vince has been talking about who he would vote out if it came down to a Zay and Amy tie. And at first he said Amy to take away some of Rachel's power, but then he eventually got talked around and kind of talked himself around to maybe he would break the tie and vote to evict Zay. And I think Vince may be worrying what life would be like in the BB27 house with Rachel if he voted out Amy and what that would mean for his game. He may be running scared a little bit. Probably not a bad idea. And also, in kind of an interesting, weird twist, there's this short-term alliance that has formed. And we've seen, voting blocks and different things in the past. But right now, Jimmy, Ashley, Mickey, Morgan, Will, Vince, and Rachel have this deal. They're calling it a safety pact, and they agree it's short-term, 3 weeks, just an agreement to not nominate each other and to have each other's back in the short term until the house whittles down and you got to play harder. So at the same time, Mickey, Morgan, and Will all know that Rachel is very likable, but they do not want to let her win this game again. And by the way, not only do we not have the flashback button on the feeds again this year, but they keep continually cutting away from good conversations. We saw this last year. We're seeing it again this summer. It's very frustrating. If something gets good, then they flip to nonsense or close it down completely. And it's aggravating because with 17 people in the house, they have a bunch of cameras to choose from. They could just flip to another conversation instead of just shutting off the stream. So, they're going to do what they're going to do, but it is frustrating. Also, the interviews kind of pointed to the house guests being a little more knowledgeable, some super fans in the mix, stuff like that. But then when they're talking, it's like, what? Keanu watched only last season before coming. Reilly said he thought America voted for the winner instead of jury. I think it was Kelley that was like, no, it's the jury. And Ava, bless her flower-wearing little heart, I don't know if she knows she's playing a reality competition. I don't know if she knows she's in Big Brother. I mean, it'd be great if there was a twist and she's got the heart of a villain inside of one of her artsy little boho dresses, but I don't think so. Maybe seeing all those main character people, personas, auras is just overwhelming her. But the other house guest, I'll say she won't talk game. She was out for quite a while on Tuesday, just floating in the pool like a literal floater. She's very sweet. She's very quirky, but not a lot of gameplay. She is giving anime waif to me. I'm watching one now called Takapi's Original Sin, maybe the darkest thing I've seen on Crunchyroll. And there's this tween in baggy clothes, and she has this little alien on her shoulder that has a flower. And it just reminds me when I see Ava on the live feeds with her flower hat. So got to see when the next episode of that. If you haven't seen it, it's a great anime if you like that kind of thing. And the good thing is for Ava, 0 target on her back. Zay's gaming hard for votes, and on the other side of the house, Morgan and Rachel are pushing hard to get him out. Meanwhile, if Kelley's on the block, she seems doomed over anybody else she's sitting besides. But we've still got the BB blockbuster where Zay again remains confident he can beat both the girls, although he did not beat a girl in the power of veto comp. And that means there are still 2 more full days of Rachel and Morgan working the rooms to get extra eyes on Zay for eviction. He's a big threat. Literally, he seems smart. He's beaten everybody in the house in chess except for Morgan. Although this is weird to me too. She said she was going to keep her buff guns undercover, and she was in a string bikini Tuesday where you could see every one of her competitive assets on display, and she is very muscular. She looks like a competitive threat. As for Zach's crush on Lauren, it is totally unrequited. She made clear it is 0 interest to her, and she wishes people weren't shipping them. Plus, Catherine has been checking out somebody in particular in the house. I won't say who, but it's very interesting to watch if you tune into the feeds. Will right now, for me, seems to really be killing it. He's playing a calm game and people want to play with him. Ashley is doing good. She sidestepped Showergate, and Vince, to me, seems like he's lost total control of his HOH and is going to sit by and watch his secret ally be shown the door if she can't win the blockbuster. And even if she does win, he's probably going to do something bad for his game and good for Rachel. So check back for more on the live feeds as we head into live evictions later this week, and we see if there's more to come from Saboteur Amy. If she survives this week's vote and eviction, the mastermind said he would be back, so I wonder if she will get more tasks. And one last thing, Morgan has been slipping around reminding everybody that Zach won that 10 grand, and that's a good reason to target him next week. But of course, none of them know that along with the cash, Zach got a free pass to get off the block as long as he gives up the cash. But Morgan is not letting anybody forget it.
thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.